Hey everyone, my name is Arshurora. This is my final project, and I chose India as my country, and I will be talking about the culture and the ways of communicating with each other in India. As we all know, that India is home to over 1 billion people and is very diverse between languages and religious traditions. India is one of the most religiously and ethnically diverse nations in the world, with some of the most deeply religious societies and cultures. Religion plays a central and definitive role in the life of its people. Although India is a secular Hindu majority country, it has a large Muslim population. Indians use a traditional way to greet each other. They use Namaste, which means I greet the divine inside you. This is a widespread greeting used by Hindus in many parts of India, especially on ceremonial occasions. Depending on the status of the person you are greeting, this is followed with a nod of the head or a bow. When extending a greeting, it's normal to push the palms together while pointing the fingertips upwards, like in a prayer position. Sometimes a small bow is added to the situation. Verbal greetings may vary by area and also depend on relationships between individuals. Muslims from India may extend a handshake and say salam to their colleagues. Indians anticipate that others will greet the senior or oldest member first. Some Indians will bow to elders by touching the ground or their feet as a symbol of respect. Indians may typically communicate in a polite and indirect manner. Direct rejections, such as no, could be seen as being excessively harsh, and voicing an open disagreement is likely to be perceived as hostile or confrontational. Indians often provide evasive responses to requests and disagreements. Indians may use words like maybe or I'll try my best to say no. Furthermore, the word yes has a variety of meanings that are distinct from how it is used in English speaking Western societies. Sometimes people will say nothing instead of saying no outright. As a result, it is wise to pay attention to what is not stated because silence may be a sign of disagreement. Some Indians may occasionally automatically respond yes to direct questions that only accept a yes or no response due to the culture's obsession with modesty. It's essential to have a progressive approach. It is frequently ideal to follow the lead of the person you're meeting. Although it's polite to shake hands, some Indians may use the traditional greeting. Always acknowledge the person who is the most senior while entering a business meeting. Make sure you respectfully accept the business card with your right hand and put it away after exchanging it. Some Indians also value formal titles and like to use them. Therefore, if you are meeting a doctor or a professor, they may enjoy it if you use their assigned title to address them. In an effort to avoid conflict or confrontation, they can make an effort to speak calmly to those they do not know well. Negotiations sometimes used to discuss ideas or points of view as opposed to asserting that one's stance is questionably valid. Indians are quite vocal and have a formal appearance. There are many gestures that are important. A head nod that involves lifting the chin and lowering it indicates agreement or support. Shaking the head from right to left denotes disagreement or an unfavorable opinion. A small upward arch of the eyebrow indicates doubt. It is also uncommon and sometimes inappropriate to touch someone. Indians place a strong emphasis on family, so it is quite common for them to start a conversation by asking about family members. In various situations, communication patterns are frequently influenced by social hierarchy of Indian society. It is common to show respect and regard to elders both inside and beyond the household. Examples include being tactful while turning down requests and disagreeing with their opinions. One of the great themes pervading Indian life is social independence. People are born into groups, families, clans, subcastes, castes, and religious communities and feel a deep sense of connection from these groups. The daily work environment is another place where the significance of hierarchies in Indian culture may be seen. Different management levels are given different treatment. From a Western perspective, the behavior of supervisors towards other employees appears to be quite unpleasant. In India, this is standard. Even while you might initially find it unsettling, you must get used to it because if you don't, subordinate employees will try to take advantage of your generosity. They may give you special treatment but demand favors in exchange. At the end, I have a few recommendations that might help to get used to the Indian workplaces. First, learn the basic etiquette that are used by people. Be clear and direct. Adopt a flexible approach. Always negotiate and get to know people better. Also, remember the Indian hand gestures. Some of the main important ones are Namaste, touching feet of the elders, don't touch anything with your feet, head shaking or nodding. Here are the references that I used. Hopefully, you enjoyed this presentation.